How much time Mr. Lacore has, but I talked about when we were here on November 11th, 300 people in the room, and you're first looking at a company, you want to get to know who's in charge, who's running the show. I already had a great relationship with Ron, knew I loved him, trusted him, and I wanted to hear from the owner. So when Colette and I were here, we had a chance to meet Terry, and Terry and I met right there. Actually, I stopped him, and I said, I just want to take a picture with you real quick. He didn't know who I was. I still don't think he knows who I am. But anyway, had a brief conversation with him. And he was up on stage, I think he talked for about 20 minutes. I recorded it. It's on my YouTube channel. And he answered one of the most important questions. Somebody in the audience said, why network marketing? And it was a brilliant YouTube video. If you go back to our Team U YouTube channel, he did a great presentation. But guys, I want to give it up for Mr. Terry Lacore.
No, first of all, welcome. Yeah, I mean, why network marketing is a simple answer. It's all I do. It's all I've ever known and done. So, I dropped out of college on my 4th year to get into this industry, and my mom and dad were school teachers, so they're educated. I was not the most popular son for a while, but like anything else, you keep your head down, and you fail long enough to get to the right place where you start seeing some success. People start changing their opinions of what you're doing. So, you know, I always tell people when they say, well, you know, everybody's against me, nobody likes what I'm doing or who I am, I'm like, just do more of it. Because the more of it you do, the more they're going to start seeing that was your destiny. And that's what this industry was for me. I have been able to do so much around the world with so many people, and I would still be living where I grew up. You know, I grew up went to school in a town of 600 people, 124 people K through 12. Mom and Dad both taught school there, so every time I got whippings, half the time Mom was the one watching. But so no, so that answer is probably I'm the easiest person in the world to answer that question specifically, because this is my business. I think I was meant to do it. I was just lucky that somebody pointed me this direction young in life. Rather than, you know, a lot of people find who and what they need to be much older, and they get less time to enjoy what they're great at. So that's why the industry, you know, then we start talking out in the hall a second ago about all the new widgets and gadgets we have here, and Michael gets so excited to talk about the ultrasonic shaker and that type of stuff. It's exciting for us because, like I said in the hall, I don't like to compete with others. You know, my drink tastes better than your drink. That's a very tough environment. You know, mine has more energy than your energy. So there needs to be something different and unique about it. To do that is a never-ending day of losses and what most people would say failures. You know, I don't really believe in the word failure, because the only way you fail is if you stop until you get it done. So we just don't stop, so we really never fail, but we have a lot of rough days, you know. But it's all new technology, whether it's the ultrasonic shaker or the new snack machine that's running out there right now that we still can't figure out how to run. We have some fantastic people, but everything just takes longer. You know, Eugene took 8 years to engineer, and was supposed to be delivered a year before it actually hit the floor here. You know, so a year late is a long time, and 8 years is a very long time of trying to get something done that maybe doesn't make sense to anyone else, but, you know, we believe that the future of nutrition in general is going to be personalized. You know, everybody is uniquely different. That is a fact, and everybody needs something different. So, you know, if you need a specific amount of something, why should you overdose on it or underdose on it when it's no longer necessary to do so? We can feed your body the exact measurements of what you need, and that's really the idea behind the technology is giving people the exact dosages of what they need of any specific natural ingredient or non-natural. In that case, it's a dispensing mechanism. So that I don't talk a lot. I never leave here. But if you come here, you'll find me here a lot of times. And but I'd love to take any questions that you have.
Yeah, ask away, guys.
Correct.
Terry, how many companies do you have running out of this facility currently?
That, I don't know. It's not actually a lot for me. We're not a contract manufacturer, right? So if somebody just walked in here and had 100 million tubs of product that's going to go sit on the shelf somewhere and one does to make it, we won't even quote it. So we're really more specialty. We're really partners with our clients in many aspects. So I would say 20 or less, probably. It would be no less than 20. I don't know the exact number, but it's not a lot.
Where does Uforia rank on your love list?
Well, I don't let myself do that. But I will tell you that there is more room, more money in that one little room than there is the rest of this plant combined.
Wow.
It's new, and it's a very expensive thing to try to do. That we are, as you can know, we're effectively doing, and we're doing it in a big way. And the second V2 is done. And it should be delivered in the next 60 days. So next time you see this, well, depends on when you come back. But in the next 6 months, this plant's going to be redone again. Because we have a whole new section that's being built straight out these doors for our liquids and our new machine. But it gives capabilities beyond this one's so far. It's not funny. Like this is a grams dispensing machine, so you do everything in gram weights. So if you have micrograms, you would put it in a blend for a specific snip, right? So this one has 24 hoppers. So maybe you would use hopper 3 for a specific snip, and then you would blend the ingredients together and put it in that one hopper so that it was enough ingredient that a gram weight would be the minimum fill within the algorithm. Where the new machine is microgram fill. So I can literally have different ingredient in every single hopper and just dance along while the bucket goes down filling. And then also right now because there's 24 fillers, 2 per station, there's 12 stations. The new machine has a side conveyor between each of the 24 stations, so that if the fill is done, the product kicks out the side and heads to the end. Right now, we have to complete the process of going through, so it'll allow our efficiencies to go up as far as number of units per minute. There's a whole lot of stuff. The software is much quicker. Because in the measurements, it's double verified, right, from top to bottom. We measure the fill by the amount of time in a drop, and then it's also weighed at the bottom by the plastic trays, they say. So the measurements are double checked.
I got one more before they fire away.
Yeah.
You said something on that stage which gave me the belief to put my life and my reputation and 18 to 20 hours a day into building the foundation of what you see here. We're a team inside of this Uforia company called Team U. I don't know if you've heard of us yet.
Yes.
But that belief level that I got from that one conversation, you specifically said that if anything goes wrong here, you're going to put it on your back, and I thought it was one of the most powerful things I've ever heard an owner say. Can you share that sentiment with everybody?
Well, yeah, I mean, we have a philosophy here. I mean, and it starts from me starting in the business 25 years ago, even though I'm only 28. When I was in college, right? And I've been out there, right, in the trenches. And I built successfully as a distributor, made enough money, saved up to start my own business, and, that's how I got to here today. It wasn't, I just woke up and had to plant stuff. But and I remember the company making mistakes. It seemed like every day, and it was difficult. I know people make mistakes, so there's no such thing as perfect. But it was difficult. Every time they made a mistake, it blew a relationship that I was working really hard on. And so I tell the staff, and every new person that's hired, this is a really unique industry because it's a relationship-driven sale. It's not somebody walking by a shelf, picks up something, puts it in the cart. It's a relationship. So, there's people that spend 15 years building the relationship strong enough with someone to trust them enough to try a product. And if this first experience is bad because of the operational side of the business, it's 15 years of someone's life just went in 1 second. You know, it's very quick. So I tell them, I know you're going to make mistakes, but just know every single one of those is really detrimental to somebody. I mean, it's not just a mistake. Oh, the package packed wrong or something like that. It's who we are. And it's somebody made that sale. We didn't make that sale. We're just delivering for the sale. So, yeah, I always say, if anything goes wrong that's under our roof or under our control, there's one person to blame. It's not the person out there trying to figure out how to run that machine right now. It's me. That's why the machine's running for the first time I'm here. And you know, I'm excited about seeing stuff new, and two, we've got to be good at what we do.
Love it.
Yes, sir.
The products that we have now are powder. Will there ever be a time where they're like sublingual or dissolvable?
So, I don't know the answer to that. It depends on where we go. The reason I don't know, with the technology we have in this plant today, no. We do have a brand new sublingual machine in, that's in that room that you walked by today. That's probably why you're asking. But that is a very limited technology today in dosage. You can put 100 to 125 milligrams of active ingredient on a strip without it turning into like a gum. And you're at 300 capsules a month. So the dosaging is just massive gram weight. So today you couldn't do that. You know, we're looking at stuff in the future, but today the only really way to deliver this much nutrient is in the form that it's in.
Uforia customers, how many nutritions do we go out per month so far, current production levels and that sort of thing as to where we're going and where we've been?
I would be a complete guess on that one. Yeah, I would defer that to Ron and them. I would have to go ask production. I would have been able to tell you the first 2 months because I was at the room every day, but I haven't. The good news is I have been asked to go to that room for over probably 9 months, which means there's no problems, right? And I tell everybody, you see me walking through the doors, it's usually not good. I'm a nice guy, I don't want to be mean, but you know, there's a lot of things going on, and I'm usually, wherever the fire's at, I'm at. I am the fireman of the organization. So I know the capacity of the machine on a single shift per month is 60,000 orders individually. And we're not at capacity yet, but we do have the second machine coming in.
Yep.
Like, it's been being built for the last year and 2 months, so I think it's next month or two.
And the progression of the panels and the science aspect of it, 18 SNPs growing into additional SNPs or additional panels or additional lines, if you will, without obviously too much detail.
Well, you know, there's a lot going on right now, corporately, Uforia and stuff going on. So there's about to be some major advancements midsummer, and we have, you know, 5 people full-time on our medical advisory board that all they do is working on this stuff. So yeah, but midsummer there's going to be some pretty major advancements, and it will never stop. You know, there's new pathways and stuff being recognized every day, and once the new pathways are recognized, and ingredients start following with studies that are effective, and that's really what we're looking for is an ingredient that has studies for a specific, you know, gene.
Can you take us back to? I get that that's where we are now and that's where we're going, but like, what was it that first drove the conversation around Uforia, finding this machine, or what was it that originally?
Well, there was a company called GeneLink years ago that started in the late 90s that put tens of millions at a minimum into what this technology is today. So about 2008, I tried to buy it, and they were out of my league, per se. And so I just sat and watched, and then tried again in 2012. Still, you know, we wasn't in the same world. And 2014, I mean, I just literally kept, dripping like we do. This is what we do, and then all of a sudden it came up one day. They went into bankruptcy. Somebody had to buy it out, and it's a very complicated mess, right? I mean, not just because it was a bankruptcy, but this technology is very complicated to understand. So, I was able to go in and get it where I thought was in the same world that I was in, and the benefit was we had the resources to take it to the end. It would have been a concept up to that point. It had been a lot of medical professionals working and what could be, but to actually get a machine done is one thing. Didn't have people who could actually run it's another thing. And there's a lot of things to it, especially in not a lab environment. There's a lot of difference between lab environment and production environment. There's a lot of things that we come up with in these two labs here that just they're never going to work in production. It's a great concept, it just it's not mass producible. So, that was it. It was many years of just staying focused, waiting until the time was right, and no different than trying to bring in a nutritionist or trying to create a customer. It's just tripping, staying in touch, following up, waiting until the right time.
So I know you're the owner of Lacore Labs, but are you also in Uforia? Are you part of Uforia?
I am the major investor in Uforia, yes. It's run by Ron and the team. I don't have anything to do with the day-to-day there. We're behind the scenes on operations. Yes.
I think Mike was saying skincare could be made here. Is our skincare going to be made here or in France?
Right now it's in France. The new skincare that's coming. Right now. But we have the capabilities definitely to do it. I'm working on something there. It might be 5 years out, it might be 2 years out. I don't think it'll be 4 years and a half, but it will be made here one day, and it will be, not that it's not state-of-the-art already, but it will be taken again to a different level than what's normally out there. Yes. Yes, go.
About how many labs are we contracted with across the country to read our stuff? I heard New York is coming online.
So right now we really only have 2. And the purpose of New York really is to bring New York on as a state. You have to have a local lab do the tests. We need to, one thing we need to work on and get better at is integrating with these labs. There's not really a common platform they all use. So everyone's like a very unique integration. I think, we'll bring New York on. I don't see probably bringing on any other domestic labs. Over time, maybe some international labs, definitely. If there's certain countries that won't allow us to ship back the swab, that won't allow it to leave the country. For example, there are a few of those we found. In that case, we'd have to get it done locally.
Shane?
Within the next 10 years that the world is going, how many nutritionator machines do you think you'll need?
That's really up to you all. I hope it's a lot. The good news is this machine, V2, we built in less than 9 months. By the time it started to the time it went into production, we'll go into production. I think the next one probably will be done 6 months. And if we just rebuilt Eugene 1, we could probably do it 90 days right now. But every time we built the machine, the reason I didn't start on the second machine for a year is, one, I was just watching the volume. Once the volume hits a number that I think we're a third capacity, we're starting to, because you just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But we document every problem we have every day. Man, I wish it didn't have to complete all the stations. Man, I wish we had microgram weights versus just gram weights. I mean, these are all things that not only are we documenting, we're writing patents around too, each modification. Then when we think it's time to pull the trigger, make all the changes to the next version, that's why it took 9 months. I think we'll just get better and better and better at it on our power fills.
So will you allow other companies to use this machine besides Uforia if they...
So, in a direct environment. So the technology is kind of different. It's a custom machine to make custom nutrients. So try to give an example. If somebody came and wanted to make a custom energy, and I'm not doing this right now, I don't even have anyone talking to me about it right now, but I'm giving you an example. Came and wanted to make a custom energy drink based on age, weight, height, and gender. Could even be area of the world. That would be a custom product that would not have any, that we would do for someone if it was the right person. There would have to be a lot of stars lined up for me to say yes, but that would be an example of something that I might do that had nothing really to do with what you're doing today, if that makes sense. So would I limit the custom technology from no one ever being able to use it? No, but it would be extreme circumstances, kind of like this was.
But like another network marketing company that
Wants to copy this?
yeah.
No.
Exclusivity. One of the three.
I've had here big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the brainchild of the machine. 8 years in the making. I mean,
Well, that I don't have any credit for that. It was engineers, really, and we outsourced it to an engineering company that specializes in this type of stuff, and they work directly with our team every day. Then once the engineering drawings were done, then they start to build out, and that's the one that took 2 years to do rather than 1. Yep.
Will you be adding other SNPs into the 18, expanding it?
That I don't have anything to do with that, but the medical team, yes.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I think midsummer you're going to see some fairly big steps in that direction.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right.
Cool. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
We do a quick picture with you, Terry? Yeah. We do that? Yeah. Okay, that sound good? Everybody on stage? Almost.
Michael.
Good call. Whose idea was that?
There.
Everybody's. I like that. We'll just put this over here.
No, Lee, you gotta get in there. You gotta get in there. Come on, get in there. I'll take it. There's 1,000 pictures of me I can superimpose. Oh, you doing it on the timer?
I got it on the video right now.
You don't have to worry about me now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great picture.
Get in here, Miguel.
Hey, Terry, thank you for the hospitality. We're going to use the facility as long as you give us permission. We want to fill it up. We will put $1 billion a year into this company.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right, now everyone stare off to that TV screen over there. The future is bright. Look at the TV screen. Thank you very much, Terry. Yeah, thank you all very much.
Give it up. Yes.
I know.
How special are these moments? How cool is that?